Dooby 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 doo. Dooby 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 doo. Dooby 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 doo. Doo dooby doo. Yeah, hey, welcome. We got music, we got sound, we got vision, we got a stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, what are we doing today? Oh, Windows 32 API. Well, I wouldn't have guessed that. The window procedure. Oh my god. Oh my god, we've made it. We've made it through to the window procedure. Yeah. So, this is our main program. Massive. Does it work? I don't know if I've checked this. Things look okay. Building, yeah. Oh, we got a window. Oh, it's a white flashy thing. It closes and hangs the program. I love this tutorial. Microsoft's tutorial. It's wonderful. Control C. Yeah, process didn't exit successfully. I bet it didn't. So yeah, we've actually got a window. Right, and we're looking at the window events. Specifically, this wee beast here, the window procedure. Alright. So this part of the tutorial just gives us a bit of guff. So this dispatch message that we've got going on here, this thing sends the message through to our window procedure here. Lovely. So we have the handle to the window. So it knows who we are, remember. We told it who we are when we created the window. So we've got the handle to the window, the message, and a couple of parameters which contain additional data depending on whatever the message is. Right, that sounds okay. So far, so good. So really, what we're going to be doing is setting up some of this stuff. Switch on the message, and then for each case, depending on what it sends us, we'll do something. Yeah, okay. Let's just click on that and see what that is. Windows and messages. So we have to look at each one of these when we want to do anything with it. On resize. I wonder why they do that. This method resizes the render target appropriately. Okay. These constants are in the winuser.h. Okay. Set scroll position, move window. Okay. Maximized, max show, minimized, size restored. Ah, right, it does all those as well. Right, okay. Ah. Oh, it gives us a number as well. Oh, that's nice of it. So yeah, these are constants. Okay, it's an OX. Does that mean it's a flag? I wonder. I'm going to have to look into these a bit more, aren't I? That's going to be fun. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah. Lots more fun with the Windows 32 API. I've got coffee. So really, we're just going to be matching the message, MSG, it's a uint. Do I need to change it? No, I don't. Not that I know of, anyway. Default goes to nothingness. Okay. So looking at something here. They've got a case WM size. Think I'm going to skip that for now. I'm not sure about all of this. What I am sure is that this is hanging. Basically what is happening is it never reaches 0 on the get message. It never reaches 0 because we never tell it to. And we tell it to in here. That's what we found out at the end of last stream. WM size, okay. Yeah, then it goes into that kind of example. Then it's got this weird stuff, macros, get the 16-bit width and height values from. Oh, right, they've got macros in here. Oh, that's lovely. I love you. I love it all. Default message handling. That's the default message handling at the bottom. That means that we're going to drop it through. This returns no result, does it? It does. So this returns the L result, which is then sent back out on that line there. Okay. And that L result will tell the operating system what the heck's going on. Okay. Avoid bottlenecks in your window procedure. Yeah. While your window procedure executes, it blocks any other messages for windows created on the same thread. Therefore, avoid lengthy processing inside your window procedure. Oh, we're going to do that, all right. Like TCP connections, blah, blah, blah. UI will not respond until the request completes. Yeah. Instead, you should move the work to another thread. Okay. Or maybe do the work in a different place in your program. They seem to think that this is going to be the main program. I get you. Okay. So that's that page of usefulness. That's all we got out of it. Alright. Interesting. So, painting the window. Let's see what we got here. WM Paint. Yeah, okay. Alright. So this is the C++ code. That looks okay. Fill rectangle. Okay. HBrush is in here. Oh, lovely. Let's do that then. So, yeah, it's telling us how it does it. Lovely. And here is WM Paint, a message. We'll need one of them. So, yeah, painting the window. Every time you resize a window or maximize or minimize the window, it will repaint. Why it goes on to painting the window at this point, I don't know. But anyway, that's what they're doing, so that's what we'll do. We'll be good. We won't complain. So let's have a look. We're on WMs. I'll pop them in here. So we're going to have a public const wormer, and this is just paint. And it equals something. I'm thinking a U32. Does it actually tell us what it is? Okay. Ba 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 bum. Lots of remarks on it, but it doesn't actually tell us what it is. Parameter is not used. Parameter is not used. An application returns 0 if it processes this message. Well, we do want to process it. Ah. Well, that's a little awkward, isn't it? Huh. Why doesn't it give us this stuff? It doesn't tell us what it is. Huh. There's a lot here. See, this one tells us what it is. I don't understand what's going on here. Huh. Yet another interesting way of doing things. Window reference. Messages. Is there no list? Windows notifications. That just goes through to size. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. So I've come across another problem. I'm thinking of cheating. No, they don't seem to be giving us the codes. Rectangles, regions. No. It just keeps repeating itself, doesn't it? Okay. So, yeah. Right. Managing application state, blah, 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 Windows messages. Is there not a list of these? So, let's try this. Win32 API. It's WM underscore. I've just forgotten what I'm looking for. Paint. Value. Yeah, we're a bit stuck on this one, aren't we? Ba 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 bum. Where to find codes? Here we go. OXF. They can be found here. Can they now? Oh my god. How many are there? All right. That's a little bit small. Yeah, paint is OXF. I see. Wow. This is on the Wayback Machine. Please, please, God, tell me we don't need to rely on that. Alrighty. I get you. So, what that's telling me is that we're going to probably need a U32. And it's 0x and the last one is an F. Should it be capital? Not sure. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Double check. They're using capitals. Yeah, we're using capitals. Okay, we'll put a capital in there. We'll be good. That's 15, yeah. That looks okay. So we can find them on the net. Yuck. This could present us problems down the road, but hey-ho. So we have WM Paint. Alright, so when we're painting, what do we do? Right, we pop it in here. So, WM Paint. We pop it in like that. I think it goes something like that. And we're going to do something, are we? Alright. Paint struct PS. Gotcha. We don't have a paint struct. Okay. Paint structure for Windows WinUser.h. Oh, it's one of these. That's alright, we can do those. So if we go to functions maybe. Yeah. And we have to convert their functions over to our functions, which is always nice. I don't mind doing that. So it's a public struct. And it's called a paint struct. Okay. I don't know why I bother doing that. Why don't we just copy it? Never mind. Oh, this looks like it's going to be fun. It's got a HDC in it. Okay. So these are the things that we want. Did we? Oh, we did. Yes, I remember. Not sure what we're going to do about RGB Reserve 32. I guess we'll find out. RC paint can't stay like that, so we'll modify that one. F restore can't really stay like that, so we'll modify that one. What is this? F ink update. And RGB reserved. Okay. Sounds like fun. So, HDC is HDC. That's an easy one. We don't have one. We do now. Okay. Pop that in then. What did it equal? Oh, it's just a handle. Okay. Fair enough. F erase, we can't leave like that. Okay. F erase is a bool. That's nice. At least we're getting nice ones here. This is a rectangle. We don't have one of those. Okay. What's a rectangle when it's at home? It's a structure. It's one of them. Lovely. So we've got a rectangle now. What else do we need? Bools. Okay, we can do those. And yeah, we come to this one. Bytes. We don't have bytes. It's just a U8. Okay. B-Y-T-E-S. No, byte. Didn't get that right, did we? Right, what do we do with this? Expected a colon, right? Okay. We want 32 bytes. I actually don't know how to do that in Rust. That's an array. Do we just put the 32 at the end here? Not sure. Well, that's an interesting syntax. Okay. The syntax that I found on the internet was that. Yeah. About that. What does... So it's a byte. Then it's got a semicolon, so it is the type byte. And then we're asking for 32 of them inside of brackets, which means it's an array. What a strange syntax. I've never come across that kind of syntax before. And we also have this one to do. So we'll pop you in. Let's finish this one off first. We'll pop you in there, your paint struct. Lovely, isn't it? This is pretty straightforward stuff, but some of the syntax, if you're better at Rust than I am, you'll probably already know that syntax and how it works, and you may have used it in the past. That's not really my case. But hey ho, that's my problem. That's a me problem. These are all longs, aren't they? Ba 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 ba. Left. Oh, they've done it that way, have they? Why is this out? I don't know. Seems a bit out of sync here. Ba 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 ba. So, nice and easy. We've come across this stuff before. It's nothing new. Okay. And everything in here should be public. Pretty straightforward stuff. So we've now gotten 2 new structures. Nice. You can see why I have them in separate files now, because these files tend to grow. And I would prefer to know where stuff is when I'm trying to find it. Okay, we seem to have ourselves a couple of new structures. That's what they look like. I need to know more about this. That's okay. Anything else I've forgotten there? Yeah, there's that derive on the rectangle. I know, I know. Is that my problem? Really not sure. Really not sure. So I've got paint structure, we've got rectangle. Anything else we're going to need? Don't know. Luckily, once you've done these, that's it, they're done. That rectangle's going to be useful, I'm guessing. Okay. So here we're looking at something like I'm just going to do whatever they've got on screen. Paint struct PS equal paint struct and it's default, because we added the default to it. That's good. Okay, we've got the next part, which is let the HDC. Does it tell us what the HDC actually is in here? Bet it doesn't. I should know this because it's really important. Okay. We can't do this line. We have here something called begin paint. Hopefully it's the right function this time, after it led us down a garden path last time. So begin paint function. Okay. That comes under our libs. Alright, begin paint is in the user32 library, so I'm going to pop it in here. It's don't need spaces. I'm going to sort through all of this lot and get them properly sorted out at some point. So it's going to be a public function. We'll have to get it from user32.dll. So we're linking with user32 here using the an unsafe extern system. Yeah, that's okay. So it's begin paint. Yeah, I'm going to have to go through every single one of these and find out which ones are deprecated as well. Yeah, there's that to do. First thing we want is a H-wind. A handle to the window. Okay. We can probably do that. That's an in. Okay. We'll just put that one in for a second. I was looking at the next one and I shouldn't be doing. I should focus on what I'm doing here. An LP message, LP paint. Got a feeling that this is the same. It wants an LP. So is that a constant or not? It's the inconsistencies. Translate message and dispatch message don't mutate. Does this mutate? This is an out variable. Points to the paint struct that will receive painting information. It will receive painting information. So it is mutable. And mute. We'll send you a reference, and we will call you paint struct. A bit like that. Okay, you're going to return us a handle to a DC. Okay. What is HDC? It's bothering me. Win32 API, HDC. I don't want the gets. Device context. That's why it's important. It's the context bit. I remember. Okay. Lovely. Not sure that's right. Let's see what the internet says. That's if I've even got it here. I've got an LP paint struct. How did I do that? Huh? Did I just ignore it? Where the heck did that come from? You know, sometimes I think I just make mistakes in my code. I think that's an error. I've got it right below, but it's a star const. God damn it, how am I supposed to know when to use that and when to use that? If it's a const, how can it receive? It can't. It has to be mutable when it goes into begin paint. So it looks... Oh God, it's doing that stupid thing again. It looks as though this is wrong. What? Why does Windows not work? That's the one I was looking at. That's the one I want to look at. And it clicks through to here. Alright, that's one yeah, okay. Right, I want to click on that one. Oh. Right, manage star mute paint struct. Did I? It's star mute? Hold on a minute. How? How did you get to star mute? I'm dubious about this. How did you get to star mute paint struct? Where have you come from? Is it coming from the library? I'm starting to get a bit fishy about this. Star const Witcher, yeah. Okay. I placed it in here. So that's where it's coming from. There's too many inconsistencies going on. It's in C. Alright, I understand why we're doing that now. Yeah, it is a star. If we send the reference, we have ownership. They will alter whatever's in paint struct, but we still have ownership, so we keep whatever we have in paint struct. What we want them to do is to alter what we have in paint struct, so we have to give them the ability to do so. So that is correct. That's the way you send strings through star chars. And we send the whole thing through, so we don't... Oh no, we keep it here, don't we? So get message W. Ooh. Yeah, okay. That's what it should be. Okay, I'm going to go with that. I don't disagree with it anymore. I know why we're putting a star instead of an and. It's ownerships. I'm now a bit dubious about this get message W. It should work. I've got to get used to ownership within Rust. Got to get used to it. Okay. Where were we up to? I just got sidetracked, didn't I? So that's begin paint. Alright. We've got that. We've got a paint struct. And you only go on there. So we've got begin paint, then we've got fill rect. Okay, what's fill rect when it's at home? The details of fill rect are not important for this example. Well, it's a function, so I think it is a bit important. It's user 32. We're here already, aren't we? Yeah, user 32. That looks good. Public function. We'll do that then in here. See if we can get this one. Oh god, this is going to be fun. Oh, okay. Ah, here we go. So, fill rect. So every time you use a function, we've got to, well, import it from the library. So we build this up over time so we don't have to do it again. But it's just one of those things. We've got HDC, which is our context, device context. We now know that. That's a straightforward HDC. Okay. We've got a star lprc, which is a const rectangle. That's an lprc. And it's going to be a star const. Okay, rect. I'm going to double check this as well, because I'm not certain about that one. And we've got a HBR, the handle to the brush. The brush is the painting object, the Windows painting object. I don't think we've got one of those, have we? We have. Ooh. Alright, this returns an int. That's just going to be a cint, isn't it? Do we have an int? No, but we do have a cint. Okay, that's my best interpretation of what I'm seeing. Are we getting this right? It's a bit awkward trying to work out whether I'm getting things right or not. HDC, star const rect, C int. We should have a C int. It's an I32. Yeah, I know it is. Don't think we really need it when we've already got one here. Star const rect. I got it right. It doesn't tell me that it's an I32 though. I've probably put them all in here, haven't I? Yeah, I have. Don't like that. Is that a good idea? To put all of these in? When we actually have a library. See, I don't know what that is. It doesn't tell me. We're in development mode. That should not be like that. My instincts are telling me that this is probably better as we are in contact with C rather than just sticking an I32 in it. You see, when converting, we really need to be careful, you could say, about what we do. Standard FFI. Okay. Conversions. There it is. This type will almost always be an I32, but may differ on some esoteric systems. The C standard technically only requires that this type be a signed integer that is at least the size of a short. Some systems define it as an I16, for example. So throwing an I32 in there is exactly what we're doing. But it depends on what system you compile on. Okay. Right. That's straightforward. So that is correct. Lovely. So that's our function for filling a rectangle. Alright. What else have we got in here? End paint. Which should be exactly the same as the first one. But it isn't. Okay. Or is it? In. There's no out. So this time it is a constant. It's these ins and outs that decide on how I'm going to do this, isn't it? Alright. And this gives back a bool, does it? That means it can error. We haven't even gone to errors. Okay. So we've got end paint. That part's the same. That isn't. That's a const. Paint struct. Yeah, we're okay with that. And we want a bool at the end, please. Okay. Sorry, I'm thinking. Yeah. I've got a feeling that that's the kind of implementation I want, even though it doesn't actually look right. But we've got an in and an out. I'm going to have to spend a day double checking all of this stuff. I can see that happening. Okay. So I've got an end paint. What else do we need? Nothing? Okay. Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure about that? Oh, colour window. What the heck is colour window? You gotta love it. Okay. Colour window. Following line of code fills the update region with a single colour using the system-defined window background colour, colour window. The actual colour indicated by colour window depends on the user's current colour scheme. What is color window? Is that a struct? I don't know. Ba 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 ba. Color window. It's in capitals, isn't it? Well, there's nothing here. This is all WMs, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So, Win32 API color. Oh God, how they spelt it? They spelt it which way round? Where's he just gone? Here it is. I need the value, don't I? Get sys color function. Alright. Yeah. It is a member of the wind class structure that describes the background of a window using that window class. The color window plus 1 bit of that line says that the background color of a window using that window class should be a system color that gives the advantage that when a user changes the color scheme on his or her computer, the color you use will change as well. It's a member of wind class. Well, that's not very useful to us, is it? bet it's just a number. Does anybody actually say where the definition is? Ba 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 ba. H brush, HBR background. Window proc, yeah. Cursor. Oh. A handle to the class background brush. This member can be handled, to the physical brush to be used for painting the background, or it can be a colour value. Didn't we just get H brush? So it's a type. So we're going to be using pluses, dots, pointers, what? Okay. It could be a resource. Oh god. Alright, we've just gone way beyond what I'm comfortable with. This must be a... Ah, yeah. It's a resource. And I bet we haven't set it. If this member is null, an application must explicitly set the cursor shape whenever the mouse moves into the applications window. The value 1 must be added to the chosen colour. Of course it must. Okay. So it doesn't give us any information in here about it, except for this little bit. And it just says, oh, put it in here. But we don't have a colour window, do we? Okay. Let our HDC device context, a handle to the device context. Okay, that's gonna equal begin paint, which needs the hwind, which we've typed in as h_wind, of course, and an LP paint. And star mute. I'm sure that's supposed to be an and. Star mute. PS. We're passing off ownership. They're passing it by reference. I think I want to pass it by reference. Okay. Okay. Can you tell that I'm not comfortable with this? So now we need to fill the rectangle. HDC we've got. L_prc, which is our rectangle. Okay. Just gonna go with what they're telling us. Which is PS dot RC paint. Okay. Then we've got this H brush. That's a cast. That's C-style casting. So you're casting this to a H brush. Do we have a H brush? I don't get this variable. I can see what they're doing in C, and I understand it in C. All right. And again, it won't let me get to it. That's not right. I've just put a public const in on my research for it. And I know that's not right. I know its value is 5. As HBrush. Yeah, it is a cast. That's annoying. You see, that's what I placed in. And I know it's wrong. HBrush R. Get out of it. Doesn't like the PS. Mismatch type. Expected raw pointer. Found a reference. Okay. What are we going to do about color window? We have to give it a value. So we're going to give it a value. What type is it? A U32. That makes sense. Does it though? Okay. We'll pop it in as a U32 for now. It's supposed to be 5. But how can I prove that? there's a bit of a problem. Can I just have a C style file, please? What are you? Hash include. This is bad. Windows. Okay. Okay. And we're looking at you. Expands to 5. I was right. It is a 5. I'm going to save it this time. I don't care. I'm using it for reference. So yeah, I was right. Okay. So if that equals that... Now this is still complaining. Okay. So I've got that. What is a H brush? It's just a handle. What's a handle? A P void. And a P void is a mute C void. Yeah, okay. Alright. So we're creating a value, placing it in a pointer. It's a lookup table. Huh. Interesting. I'm going to go with what I've put. Now we've got to the end pane. You can see how difficult this can be if you're using a language that you're not totally okay with. So I'm going to unscore you. LP Paint again. That's just going to be and PS. Now, according to Rust, that's okay. What do you think? Do you think that that load of rubbish that I've just written is okay? I've tried to double check everything. I've even disagreed with my research. And that's one of the problems I have with this, is that it's not always easy to decide whether or not I've got things right. Yeah, that's okay. But that should be a direct copy of the C++ code which they have kindly placed here. And we can't really test it. Yes, we can. Do we test it? I think we can. You seem to be trying to use match for an equality check. Consider using if. No. Alright. It's working. It is working. If it wasn't working, this would go black. Oh, and we still can't. Stop the project. Show you what I mean. How can I tell that it's working? I can't. There you go. That's the default behavior of the operating system. The thing is, that's what I asked for, because I'm using dark mode. Okay, so we've altered the behavior to something that I don't want. Yeah, right, okay. That's normal. Okay, we're just going to leave that as that. I'm going to take a bio break and put the kettle on. I think we've done alright with that. I know it's working, but is it giving us the right thing? It should be. I know that 5 is the background colour. But I'm going to have to find a list of these colours, aren't I? Somewhere, so that we can put them in the types. That's going to be awkward. I know where we can get them from. I know a place I can find them from. That's okay then. We can probably find them in the Windows crate. Probably. Because they will have had to have done the same thing. Right, I'm going to put the kettle on. We've finally done this section. But it's obvious I'm not exactly okay with it. Ho-hum. But we've got something going, we've got something working. We've found out that the default Windows procedures that it uses do work. We saw the difference in in the background colour painting. Alright, so let me go and put the kettle on. Yeah, I think I've got that straight in my mind now. If we're using an ampersand sign, it's borrowing. If we're using a star, it's ownership. I think if I've got used to Rust well enough. God, this is going to be confusing. But so far we seem to be getting away with whatever we're typing, but is it correct? This means I've got a lot more research to do, but hey ho, that's going to be fun. It's always good fun trying out these languages and finding out what you should and shouldn't do. And Rust is a very, very restrictive language. And it's making me think about things which I've never really bothered about before. I like that. I do like it. It can be a bit of a headache at times, but it's turning out to be fun. So I'm going to make some coffee and we're going to see whether we can get a bit further through the window procedure. I'll be right back. So, as an FYI, I'll explain why I was having a few problems there. Because I know that this is a list. So there is a different colour. So this is like colour window. There's going to be colour title bar. So your title bar is a different colour. Yeah. Borders maybe. Fonts. Don't know about that. But there's going to be a list of these, and I think there's at least 10. We saw some of them as we were looking through all of this lot. Platform update for Windows Vista 2008. So this was written before 2008. This the material that we are working off is over 25 years old. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go back and find out what's been deprecated and change it over. See whether I can get it to work with the more modern stuff. Right, that's beside the point. Where are we up to? Let's have a look. So that was painting the window. That was interesting. Now we're on to closing the window. Alright. That's all you got on closing the window. We never get to the destroy. We only get to the close. Maybe. Okay. So, when the user closes a window, that action triggers a sequence of window messages. Yeah. And one of them is WM close. Which you do give us a... You beaut. Thank you. So it's WM close. We'll pop you in here. So it's a public const WM close. And it is 10, 16. Because it's in X. O, X, O, 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 O. And that's 16. Lovely. So I've already got that. That's your close message. Do we need anything here? Oh, we do need destroy. Okay. WM destroy is not told to us. Yes, it is. Okay. CD. Okay. Public constant. We'll pop these two in. We're going to need them. This is destroy. Done that wrong. go. That's the U32, and that equals 2 with 4 zeros. Ah. Alright, I'm going to guess this one then. I want a 2. That's right. Okay. So we've got close and destroy. I'm just going to check on this destroy message thingy. Yeah, it's just OX2. Yeah, I did put it in the right place. If you don't put that 2 in the right place, it messes everything up. Totally. Okay. What are they telling us to do? Closing the window. Alright. Close message gives you an opportunity to prompt the user before closing the window. If you really do want to close the window, call the destroy window function. Otherwise, simply return 0. So we can pop a message box up. Okay. Close. Alright. So this is close. We're gonna do something. Destroy window. Wind. Destroy window. Is that in user 32 DLL? Hey, that's nice. We're used to that. So we want a public function, destroy window, which takes an in value. Okay, I think we're okay with that. For the Windows handle, gives a bool back, so it can fail. Alright. Magic. So all we're going to do here a handle to the window to be destroyed. Right, yeah, that's fine. Don't really want the message box, although it'd be nice to do it. Should we? Don't know. And we just need to put an underscore there. Braces. You really want braces. Okay. Okay. So, I think for now I'm going to leave that. It'd be a nice test, wouldn't it? Think about that for after. The message box, yeah. The def proc executes the default action for any window, yeah. Right, when a window is about to be destroyed, it receives a WM destroy message. And this is where we need the post quit message, isn't it? It is, and it returns a 0. That's interesting. You return a 0 as well. We're consuming. So by returning a 0, we're not putting it through here. We are shortchanging our operating system. Okay. So this is what I meant by consuming. We're not passing it back to the operating system, we're returning direct. So we'll do that. We're consuming, wow. We're not giving the operating system a look in at what the message was. We're just saying, we've handled the message, we don't need the operating system to take any more actions on it, we'll return ourselves back out of here, and yeah, it's all done and dusted. The window close message has been sorted. So we want to destroy. Here we need a post quit message, which is in user 32. Excellent. So this is going to be a public function. We're getting quite a few of these, aren't we? Post quit message. Okay. N exit code. Fine. That's a scient. Lovely. And that's an in. Don't think that matters, does it? Think we'll be alright with that. And it returns a void. Doesn't return anything. Okay. And we're just going to put a 0 in it anyway. Alright, that's fair enough then. So post quit message 0. That's an easy one. Again, we'll want to consume that, so we've got the return 0. Okay, so that doesn't get sent back to the operating system. Anything else we need to know about here? So it then gives us a flow chart of how it all works. And that's really about it. Now, that post quit message, that 0 should appear here, which theoretically breaks us out of this while loop, closing our program. Application shut down. We have success. We have a window. The basics of a window. It seems to be working. Is it working? Got nothing on Clippy saying that something's wrong. We're loading the libraries properly. Huh. But we did get the application shut down. Can we have another thingy on that? Just to tidy the screen up a bit. There we go. It's all to do with these window events. So this is working. Wow, we did it. Okay, pause for thought. I do a lot of that. I've realised that this is an old tutorial and that the instructions that it's giving us might not be up to date. But I do want to finish the tutorial. Should we do the message box? If I close the window, do I want a message box to open up and say, do you really want to close the window? Well, I clicked on the button. What do you think? I don't think I want message boxes coming up because, one, it might make a noise and bling or ding at me, and secondly, I don't want an extra click to try and get out of a program. So yeah, I think we'll leave that well alone as a bad UI choice. Yeah. I'm sorry, tutorial, but I'm going to skip that. I would like to do it because I want message boxes. But not for the same reason. You see, something I've been ignoring is all of these bools that it's been throwing back and saying, hey, this could error. And when you run a Windows program, you don't get a console. So we can't print out to the console, hey, there's an error. So how do you do it? A message box. Yeah. So we need to be able to log errors to the user saying something didn't work. Well, currently we're just relying on the program to crash. which is fine for development, but if we want to progress this code, firstly, we need to fix the library calls that we're using, and secondly, we need error logging. And I think message boxes is probably the way to go with that. So we will be going there. I'm not going to, it's why I haven't been doing the errors. Is I didn't want to cheat and to just start printing them all out to the console, waving my hands in the air and saying, oh, it doesn't matter. It does matter, because there won't be a damn console to print out to. So that's why I haven't been doing it. So that was my pause for thought. So if you think, oh, you've got to handle all of these errors and all of this unsafe stuff that you're doing, no, not yet. We don't have a way of doing it. This all works. What's the problem? Let's continue. Don't think about problems. Managing application state. Okay. A window procedure is just a function that gets invoked for every message, so it's inherently stateless. Yes, I know. Because it's got nothing to do with our program. It just controls the window. Therefore, you need a way to track the state of your application from one function call to the next. Simplest approach is to put everything in global variables. Yeah, I've already thought of that. Works well enough for small programs, and many of the SDK samples use this approach. In a large program, however, it leads to a proliferation of global variables. I agree. Also, they're also unsafe. You might have several windows, each with its own window procedure. Keeping track of which window should access which variables becomes confusing and error-prone. No sugar Sherlock. Oh, we're coming back to this, aren't we? So remember that last parameter in optional, LP void, lparam. I've got a feeling we're coming to this. Pointer to a value to be passed to the window through create struct structure. Pointer to lparam, which is passed in at wm create message. This message is sent to the created window by this function before it returns. If an application calls create window to create an MDI client window, I love abbreviations. I think they're wonderful, but I wish I knew what they meant. Should point to a client create struct. If an MDI client window calls create window to create an MDI child window, should point to an MDI create struct structure. Okay. Null if no additional data is needed. Is this where we're going? Yeah, when the function's called, it sends the following two messages to the window procedure. Yeah. So we can detect WM create. But we can ignore others for this discussion, okay. Are sent before the window becomes visible. That makes them a good place to initialize your UI, for example, to determine the initial layout of the window. Yeah, okay. we could send in the event structure. You can pass any pointer value that you want. So I could say, here's my event structure. How would it record it and retain it? It can extract, so when we're creating, we can extract this value from the message data. First event is, yeah, when you call execute, so you pass in a P state, which we've already just quickly looked at. That's, yeah, okay. Matches, yeah. The L param of each message is a pointer to create structure. Contains a pointer passed into there. So we can then create the structure, but we'll be doing that in C++, not in Rust. Ah. Okay, I think we're still allowed, but what about ownership? They're putting in line, okay. I actually don't know how to do that in Rust yet. Something I do need to look up for delta time to increase its efficiency. Alright, this all starts getting a little complicated. Now you can write your window procedure as follows. So we could create a structure. Yeah. And then it goes into the object-oriented approach, which is what you would use in C++. Yes, I totally agree with what they're saying here. But in Rust, we do have this kind of approach available to us. But we also have ownership. The only problem is how to hook up the methods. Yeah, I totally agree. And now they're going to... They are, aren't they? Yeah. They're going to use inheritance. Okay. Thanks. I'm not going to be using inheritance. So this section is just talking about C++ inheritance, how to set up as object-oriented programming, which is pretty useless for what we want. We need a better way of doing it. Well, not a better way of doing it, but a way that doesn't incorporate an object-oriented approach. I'm creating a library. It's up to the user of the library if they want to use OOP. It's not up to me as the library maker. Not my choice. Okay. So this window procedure is pretty damn useless to me. We don't have access to it. Well, we do, but not in the same way. My original idea was to place the window procedure inside of Win32 event, but then I realised we can't use this and self business. Why? Because the operating system won't be calling this function from a structure. Before I go into trying to work out whether we can send parameters through for this structure into here, would we then be able to use and self on it? I don't think we can. I don't know. I'm going to hold my hand up and say I don't know. The other idea that I've had is here. Intercept the message. The other problem we've got as well is that this while loop is our main program. We can't have a while loop here. This is blocking. We can't block here. We have to have a straight pass through. Now, I don't think that peak message has a W setting for Unicode. Okay. We also need to go through the library and look at all of these. Oh my god. What should we do first? Okay, let's get rid of you. Functions seem okay. Let's get rid of you. It's not a fully working window. We haven't done resize. So it's not painting. If we're dragging and resizing the window, it's not repainting the background, so it doesn't look right. If you're painting the background in different colours. That's beside the point right now. I do know about that. Types we've increased. That's okay. We're okay with those. Our event system is here. That's what we really need to be tackling. Because at the moment, when we get to this line here, we lose control of the program. Our main loop should be running here. Okay. That's fine. Get message W. Points us through to peak message. Okay. And there is a peak message W. So the documentation's wrong once more. It sends you through to peak message instead of peak message W. Dispatches incoming non-queued messages, checks the thread messages queued for a queue for a posted message, and retrieves the message if any exists. Point to the MSG structure. I think this is exactly the same. So I'm going to say module 1 tutorial is complete. Okay, module 1 tutorial complete. It's working with what they've given us. My sound isn't. Hello, sound. Is everything okay? Alright. Alright. Lovely. Min max. Oh no, we've got the remove message thing to add in, haven't we? Okay. But otherwise it should be the same. So instead of get, we just want peak. Hwind, uint, returns a bool. Okay. So I want to change over to using peak message. And that means we need W remove message added. Yeah. Okay. And that again is just a uint, so that's fine. That's really what I want to be doing. This is going to give us a headache. So I want to be doing that. And we want to add a 1. Now, That will work. We don't want this while loop anymore. So we can get rid of this totally. And I've messed up a thingy. Yes, I have. I've left it at the end here. It doesn't have to be greater than 0. Okay. Found an I32 semicolon here. Thank you. So that changes that to peeking at the message rather than waiting. It's going to drop straight through here and exit the program. Yeah. It is, isn't it? There you go. Just drops straight through and shuts down. Perfect. So we've stopped it from taking control. Right. That was a good start. How are we going to loop? So we need to know whether the window is open. Okay. This isn't going to be much help in this point, is it? Bear with me 1 second whilst I have an idea. Alright, we're probably going to crash things before we get anywhere with this, aren't we? Alright, I wonder if the interception will work. There's only one way to find out. So, while the app we've got poll event, that's not going to be any good to us. Window is open. Is really what I'm trying to say. Doesn't exist, but well, yeah. So that doesn't exist. So we'd need a public function. Window is open. I'm just making this up as I go along, don't worry. Which takes and self. Returns a bool. We're just going to put in true for a second. Okay. So now we've got to the stage where we're now running around this loop forever. What we could do with is something like self window is open. Something like that. Which doesn't exist. Okay. That would go through to the Win32. Here. Where we could put in a public function for is open and self, returning a bool, and that would return yeah, I'll just put it in here like that for now. A bool. If we've got to this stage of our code, after we've done all the error checking, which we haven't done yet, that will be true. So all we do is we return that value. Don't do that. We're still at the stage now where this is true all the time. How do we turn this false? Well, the only place we can do that is in the events. We can't do it here because this isn't connected to our events. So this destroy window and post-quit message thing is no good to me. So we destroy the window on close and then we post the quit message. I want it on close. I don't really want to be destroying the window either. Oh my god. Alright, we'll test it out using this. What's the default value for a bool? Huh. There's a question. Okay. We need to use new. We can't use default, I think. We'll find out. Translate the message, yeah. What would happen if the message, because we've already translated, I don't know if we can do this. Self. I actually have no idea whether we can do this kind of thing. Equals false. Okay. Expected bool found that thing. Okay. So which part of message do we want? It's not the time. A workaround. So this is coming back in as a uint. So one of these pieces of information here is what it's using. Ha. It gives us the W param and the L param. And we've got a private message. Ah. And it's a U32. That's a U32. Really? Hello? Interesting. Expected a bull. Okay. Cannot assign to something which is behind an and reference. Correct. Okay. Says we're allowed to do it. What does that start? It starts off as 0. True will be 1 and false will be 0. It starts off as false. Alright. So we're really going to need a public function new with nothing in it, giving rise to self as the construct, and we need to reply to that with a Win32 event. I'm guessing are we alright with that, or is that complete rubbish? I don't mind writing complete rubbish as long as it fails. Yeah, we need mutables, don't we? Yeah. That should upset you. Okay. So we're making that mutable. Alright. Never used. Of course it isn't. So here that becomes new. And that should give us back what we want. Will that work? Is that legal? This is the big question. Is this line legal? Very suspicious about it. Okay. It's hanging. Okay. It's never happening. Right, if I put a message, that's just going to spam. So our message never gets equal to 16. Hold on a minute, we can do this a different way. No, we can't. Let's put that in. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. That's not right. Don't like that. I was just thinking. Right. Should we print out this message? To have a look at it. It could work. I'm not sure that this is a good idea. It's just going to spam us a lot, so I've got to be very, very quick on what I do. Well, it does go to 0. But it was always... Was it always 0? Damn. I know. It's just so damn fast. Damn, that is fast. We don't get a message. It's not coming through here, is it? We click on the button. Oh my God. It doesn't come to us, it goes directly to this window procedure. So this doesn't work. Wow. We can intercept some of the messages, but we can only intercept things that come through the peak message. Things coming directly from the operating system go straight into here. Oh. Okay. So now we do have a systematic problem of how do we detect the window closing? Because we can't do it that way. That doesn't exist. Okay. That means I can't put you in either yet. Yeah, we'll take you out for now. Think the idea was right, but it's not going to be giving us what I'm expecting. Hold on a minute. I can do that better. Message is not equal to 0. Because that's what was getting into the way. Okay. Getting a load of zeros doesn't help, does it? Okay. Message 18. That's 16. We did get message 18. What the heck is message 18? Is it these two put together? That's 16 and that's 2. We'll try it. We'll try it because we can. This could be bad. We're not broken out. Okay. Didn't break out. It is the last message that we find. We didn't alter this. Right. I'm not liking this. I'm not writing it very well. We've got a poll. We're setting it to false. This goes to false. We need to access it. Win32 event. Win32 event. And we've got an and self. Self is open equals self events. We have no access, do we? Should we have access? Or should we return it? I think for now I don't want access. This is interesting. I don't want this to get too complicated, and it's already starting to complicate itself. I'm trying to restrict access at the same time. I don't want to make that public. Do we even need it? I'm not sure about this. Which one do we put it in then? We're returning it here. This is all unnecessary. It needs tidying up. And then we just return it, don't we? Yeah, that's not a very good way of doing things. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we've got this silly mutable thingy going on again. Okay. I don't think we need the second one. Expected bool found blah blah. What? Window opens a bool. Uh-huh. I got you. Alrighty, we'll just do that for now. You're okay. That's an unmute self. You guys seem alright there? We're not passing app through. Alright. I'm just messing, so... And it works. But why does it work? Give me a second to think on this one. Things are working. We're now getting through our application, and we have successfully intercepted a message. I don't like the way I've done it. That's beside the point. But it proves the concept that we can intercept a message. We just needed to know how. We needed to know this number, which is OX12. One sec. It's using odd bit flags. Fine. I don't like this magic number. I don't like this magic number. How the hell am I supposed to find something on here? Because it doesn't exist. It shouldn't exist. I'm sure it's an odd bit flag. And there are so many of these. That really is annoying. Yeah, there's the 2. So we'll be looking for a OX12. To see if that is an instruction or not. Why? Why, oh why, oh why? And I'm going to do it. I'm going to look through them. Into the 200s here. I wish they'd put them in goddamn order. Am I allowed to do that? No. There's no heading. God damn you. Diddly-dee-dee-dee. There isn't a 1-2. And I know there isn't. I'm just looking through it to make sure that I'm not being completely stupid. In what I'm thinking. There's an 11. There's a 13. There's R12. WM quit. It's the quit message. Thank you. I'm glad I looked now. And that's going to be OX. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's correct. That, according to me, is the correct solution. I don't like the solution. But it works. That's what it really is. So this doesn't have control of our program. Our program is now being controlled from here. Wow. Okay. We have a functional window. Could do with a paint event on it. We've got paint, haven't we? What events haven't we got? Oh, resize. I'll look into that. This kind of stuff, okay. That was an interesting exploration. Just going to get rid of that for a second. Alright, I'm just going to leave that like that for a sec. Okay, that depends on that. Yep, that's split it down. Alright. That's going to be my final verdict, I think, on the program so far. We're going into the realms of errors. I'm interested to find out, wonder why that is an 18 and why I can't pick up the other ones. But I think that's correct. This is coming through this way so that I can pick it up. So there is a quit message. It didn't even mention that. Close and destroy it mentioned, but it didn't mention quit, did it? Maybe. The other thing we've got a problem with here is we are allowing the window to close whilst we're inside the loop. And that shouldn't happen. That's why I've done it in such a weird way, isn't it? Yes, it is. This doesn't belong here. And I bet if we don't send that, we don't get the quit message. Right, okay. So our loop's wrong. You see, that loop is not that at all. Below the poll event, we are going to be drawing to the window. here. So there's probably a rendering system here. Probably. And if we let the window close and then hit the rendering system, we're rendering to a closed window. I don't like if statements, but I'm going to put it in for now. So if app window is open, we can't do anything. Yeah, that's right. The if expression is missing a block. What are you on about? So you would have to protect your rendering system, which means that that gets replaced by that. Yep. If the app window is not open, break out of the loop. We have to break before, we have to get out of the loop before we hit that. The window is automatically shutting down. We may want to stop that from happening, but I can't see a way of doing it. But that's the code that we're generating, the safer code. The rest of it inside of these functions isn't very clever. Well, there we go. But it's there, it's going. I need to review all of this code now and decide on where to take it. That is usable. But it's not exactly the way I'd want to use it, is it? Okay. And I think on that note, we do have a window procedure. I've experimented with it a little bit there to see what is and is not possible for its usage. It's given me a couple of ideas that I want to explore. Will I be exploring them? Possibly. Possibly. I guess we find out in a couple of days. But in the meantime, you guessed it, get out there, take care, and above all, have fun.